One of the greatest factors in my life that has held me back time and time again, the breaking point. The breaking point. The point at which the goals and dreams you have been working so hard for become secondary to temptation and laziness, where the grind becomes too emotional, too tiring, and too stressful. Sometimes it'll come about slowly, a day-by-day thing, starting with thought alone. You'll start thinking about the fatigue from all the long days, thinking about cutting your workouts just a few minutes shorter. You'll think about grabbing something quick to eat on your way home instead of cooking that meal you had planned out. And you'll think about putting the development of your goals and dreams off until tomorrow. And as those thoughts go on, they'll get progressively worse each day until you eventually find yourself actually acting upon them. Next thing you know, you'll find yourself sleeping when you should be grinding. Sometimes the breaking point comes about within minutes, where you were doing great, having overcome those thoughts of laziness. You were creating all sorts of progress on your dreams and goals. But then something happens that knocks you right off track instantaneously. It could be the loss of a family member, the discovery of an unforeseen health issue, or a massive burden that has just been placed on your shoulders suddenly. These things will affect you in such a way to where you'll just pause. Almost in a state of emotional shock, you just stop. Stopping all progress because life had finally gotten real again. It functions exactly like a defense mechanism to where you shunt out the world and retract into yourself like a turtle, where you remain for a time, trying to find some semblance of comfort. Comfort, the stealer of dreams and ambition. Comfort and the breaking point are so closely intertwined that there cannot be one without the other. As you go through the darkness of a breaking point, comfort will start to call your name. It'll say to you, I can put that extra project off until tomorrow. I've already worked hard enough today, just relax tonight. It'll also say, today's massive struggle was far too much to handle, and now I need some time off for a while. What you'll come to see is, once you get into a breaking point, comfort will always be there, waiting patiently for your return. The thing is, you never let the breaking point ever stop you permanently. It may keep you for a week or a month, but there's this drive that lies within, speaking to you every single day, making you feel guilty that you're just staying still, making you think about the time you're wasting not working out, not eating right, and not running after your goals and dreams. Mindlessly staying in your comfort zone. And I think the biggest factor of all is you'll have realized that this time wasted, you will never get back. Like, time is so precious, and yet we take it for granted. We're so used to having another day, month, and year that we've stopped observing the importance of time as it pertains to our overall success in life. So when a breaking point occurs, time is no longer a consideration, but the thought of comfort is. It's a scary thing because I think a lot of us have hit a breaking point and lost track of time. We allow ourselves to become comfortable for longer than we actually need, staying like that turtle in its shell for extended periods of time, days, months, or even years. I think the key here is we've got to see that breaking point as it's happening, whether it's a slow onset of laziness or a sudden burden in our lives. We've got to presently recognize the problem for what it is, a detractor from what's truly important for our lives, asking that simple question, what is most important for my life right now? Is being comfortable and retreating for a time more important than stepping my game up a notch? Or stepping my game up a notch and hitting it even harder than ever before what truly resonates within me? And I think for the most part, it'll be the latter, because of a realization that if you allow any weakness and comfort to win, you will break. And you will end up wasting precious time and progress. There's this hardening of the mind that happens as we don't ever succumb to complacency, as we keep pushing ourselves to grind. It makes us stronger, and not only that, but it provides a wisdom that you've never had before. You'll understand that thought alone got you into this mess, and thought gave you the power to get out. You now know that you allowed those destructive thoughts to permeate your mind, and comfort to create weakness. Now you see, the more you get back on and drive through the darkness, the more resilient you become, and once you've mastered that, you will have mastered the breaking point. If you're like me and you've allowed life struggles to keep you down for a while, you also know how great it feels when you finally get back to doing what's most important to you. You know that great feeling you get from seeing the results of your hard work, whether shedding a few pounds and getting back into shape, making those dreams and goals a reality, or whatever progressions you want to make in life. It's that feeling of accomplishment and progression that truly make us feel alive, like we're living lives full of meaning and purpose. So when all is said and done, we're going to go through times of hardship, laziness, pain, and defeat. But what we're not going to do is quit. When times get tough and the world seems to be dragging you down, that's when the real grind actually starts. You will ask those questions that will make you aware of what's truly important. You will decide that quitting today will not be an option, and that the only option you really have is to keep that image of where you're going, who you're becoming, and why you're doing all of this in the first place at the very forefront of your mind. Your life has no more room for negative thoughts about defeat. Your life will flourish once you can overcome the breaking point.